Hello, good evening and welcome back to another video, and today we are having another unboxing. Yeah, I didn't think I'd be having another unboxing for a little while, but there we go. What happened was I was in B&M yesterday. I dropped in to get some washing powder and some stuff that I normally get from B&M. And I happened to walk round. It's a massive shop close to where I live, and they've got just about everything. I'm sure most people know what B&M is, like a discount warehouse sort of place. And they sell everything in there. They sell food and they sell homewares and electronic stuff, decorating stuff, anything you name it, they'll sell it in B&M. And I thought, well, I'll walk around and I'll have a look at their vacuum cleaners and see what they've got today, because normally in B&M all this is usually it's like Pifco stuff and what's that other one they have, like a really discount brand on everything. Oh, I can't remember the name of it now. Oh, what's it called now, that brand that they sell? Oh, there goes the cat, she knows I'm doing another demo, so she's off out. Beldray, I think it is. Just remembered, it's Beldray. They sold loads of vacuum cleaners in there, discounted prices made by Beldray. And they've got some Vaxes in there, and they still had some Dyson DC40Is for sale in there. They're like the standard DC40, but instead of being a yellow canister like that, it's got blue canister instead. It's like the I stands for independent. And they got those for £169.99, which they have been for quite some time. And I thought, well, I don't really want a DC40 because it's too much like the light ball. There's not a lot of difference really, apart from the cleaner head. So anyway, I saw a battered box with one of these in, and I couldn't find a price anywhere on the shelf. And I was really looking up and down the aisle to see if I could find out where the rest of these things were, because there was just one box on the floor, but it was all battered. And I thought, well, I wonder how much that is. And I couldn't find a price label anywhere, so I thought, well, we'll leave that then. So I carried on walking around the store and come to the other end of the shop. And there on the end of one of the aisles, it's like a small display. And on one side of it, they had some Vaxes, well, there were different models of this. And then they had these. And these are the ones that had the price label underneath. I said, that's where they're selling it from then. And it was $99.99. And I thought, $99.99 for these? These were over £300 when they first launched. I thought, well, I know it's a Vax, and I don't normally buy Vaxes after what I've had with Vaxes before, with the issues and everything. And these, in general, the Air Cordless Lift has had some pretty terrible reviews done on Amazon. For anyone that looks for the reviews for these will see that people have had issues with them blocking up, and they've had issues with wheels breaking off. I think the back wheels are very weak on them. And if people slam them down too heavily over time, it cracks the base, and then the back wheels sort of cave in and all start rubbing, and then they drop off. So it's something I've got to bear in mind, that these have got issues. But I thought, for $99.99 I'm going to give one a go, because I've never had an Air Cordless. These have been out since January 2015, I believe, so they've been out for about 3 years. I know Alex Raw, which is pneumatic vacuum, he had one, well, his mother did. And he did a review on it and he said it was quite good. But we never heard anything after that, so I don't know whether, if Alex is watching this, could you leave it in the comments whether your mother has still got this and whether she's had any problems with it, or whether it's been replaced long ago, because I'd like to know, see how she's getting on. And there wasn't really that many other reviews on YouTube of this model. There were a few like American versions of it, like it's called the Hoover Air Cordless in America. It's exactly the same machine, except it's just got a Hoover badge on here where it says Vax on this one. So anyway, I thought, well, we'll give this a go. I'll give it a try. It's $99.99. What else can I get for $99.99? Not a lot. I've been in Curry's and I wanted to try and get the V8 Total Clean. And I popped in again tonight to have a look at the display in Curry's, and the V8 Total Clean is $369 on the website at the moment, and it was showing up as being out of stock in all the Currys in the area. I thought, well, I'll pop in and have a try at one just to see if they've got a box on the display somewhere. I was hoping maybe, but I got talking to the woman in there in Curry's tonight, and I told her I was a vacuum cleaner collector and I was after one of these V8s, and she said, we haven't got any and there's no shops in the area. As soon as they come in, they're selling out. As soon as they come in. She said, you know, wouldn't you want the V7 animal or the V7 Total Clean or the V6? I says, no, not really. I didn't tell her I'd already got a V6 Absolute in the back, but the only way I'm going to get one really is ordering it direct from Dyson and having to wait in for it to be delivered. I don't like doing that because they invariably deliver things when you're not in, and then they take it away again, and you got all the hassle of having to have it re-delivered, and if you're out at work, then it's a real problem. I think if I ordered it on Saturday for a Sunday delivery I might be okay, but we'll have to see. It's the only Dyson handheld now that I do want is the V8. Roger's got one, everyone else has got one, I haven't got one. But anyway, back to this Vax, and we'll give it an unboxing, and then what I'll have to do is to put the batteries on charge, because these are usually supplied with flat batteries. But what I have got is a Vax Lithium Life battery here, which is from my my cordless handheld one. It's only like a half-size battery this, but it should run that. It's the same sort of fitting, but it should run that temporarily. Just have a bit of a quick demo with it. So, without further ado, we'll just have a quick look over the box with the camera first before I open it, to see what the box looks like. Now again, these are quite an old machine now. They're not really generally sold in Currys or anywhere else like that now. Like I say, they've had a lot of good reviews, but also a lot of bad reviews on these, so it's very mixed. When people haven't really looked after them, or there's been issues with the wheels and that, as I've just talked about. But there we go. It says you've got the 2 batteries with this, and I mean the batteries on their own off Vax's website are 80 odd quid. You know, so to get the vacuum cleaner plus 2 batteries, the charger is well, it's a no-brainer really. I've got to give it a go. Really. I can use this in here for quick whip rounds. Right, so that's the front of the box there. And then what have we got on the side? This is a different style of box to what the original one was, which had sort of a different sort of shape to the original box. It was a very weird shape, but this one's just like normal rectangular box. What's that there? That's just basically the stock label that B&M put on there. That's Trent Vale, that's the shop I got it from in Stoke-on-Trent. So it's basically powerful pickup with no loss of suction, full-size lightweight design, boost mode, 2 lithium life batteries, multi-floor cleaning, and a 6-year guarantee, which means diddly squat, because when people have tried to claim on it, when the wheels fell off, Vax just told them that it was their problem and they had to buy a new, basically had to buy a new base for £60 odd, and people weren't happy about it. And this was happening after 12 months that the back wheels were falling off, so it's something I'm going to have to put some grease on those axles straight away. To make sure that they don't sort of rub and wear away. I'll also be able to be very careful with it whenever I put it down, because obviously the weak spot is these back wheels here. So this is the lift one, the lift away version of it, which has been copied now by loads of manufacturers who've done lift aways, namely Shark really. But Shark, I don't really want a Shark cleaner at the moment. Again, I've got issues with Shark with the filtration. I don't think the filtration is very good on this either, to be honest. But for £100, what can you expect really? So this is basically the U85-ACLG-B. It includes the upright vacuum, extended run time, 2 lithium life batteries, a charger, and a reusable filter. And you get the 2-in-1 tool and the up-top tool, which is quite an interesting tool because I've never had one of those. It's a very odd-shaped thing, which twists and turns around. I'm sure most people know what the up-top tool is. So there we go, there's the picture of it there, and the charger on the side. You have to charge the battery separate to the cleaner. You know, it's a little battery charger. And I've already got a Vax battery charger, which is just there on the edge of that unit. So basically, that's the slow charger. That one is. This one comes with the fast charger. So if I put the camera back down, and we will endeavour to unbox this. Right, okay. So let's get the top of the box open. It shouldn't take long this really, because it's I don't think it requires much assembly. and let's just hope it works. Otherwise it'll go straight back to B&M. Says on the top, did you know you can rinse this filter so that it lasts longer, and for best performance regularly wash the filter. Apparently you have to wash the filter every 4 to 6 uses on this cleaner. So it's not going to be like a Dyson where you can carry on and on and on without washing the filter. This is basically a dual cyclone design, I believe, in this. So what we'll do, we'll lie it down flat on the floor, and I will slide it out. There we go. And there's nothing else left in the box there. So I'll just shove that to one side. Right, that's the accessories box. There's the cleaner, and here is just the packing piece. I'll put that to one side as well. Well, I thought it would be a cold day in hell when I bought another Vax, but it's another Vax. So, let's get the wrapping paper off. Like so. Try not to damage it in case it's got to go back. There we go. Well, they seem sturdy enough to me, these back wheels do, but I'd imagine I'll probably have to put a bit of grease on those axles there to make them run a bit smoother, but doesn't look too bad. Right, so it's very, very similar to my Vax Mac Air Reach, which I did a review of some time ago. It's based on the same sort of design, and it uses the wind tunnel technology. Again, in the United States, this would be probably it would have a Hoover logo here. It would look exactly the same, and again, this wind tunnel is very much to do with the Hoover brand in the United States, like Hoover wind tunnel. How well this is going to work, I don't know, but I've heard some good reviews on it, saying the suction's okay, but you've got to keep the filters clean. This is very much, I would imagine, like it's like a shark that you're going to have to keep washing the filters every few uses. But I'm going to be testing it out, and we're going to see how long it takes this top filter to get dirty. And I think Alex would he'd be able to tell us because his mother had one. Roger's had one very similar to this. He had the original version of it. I don't think he's had the lift away, which is what this one is. But I think he got it as part of a from AO.com, where they give you a free product for in exchange for an honest review. There's a lot of those sort of videos floating around on YouTube for various products where people are given these things for nothing by AO or by the company, or say Dyson might send people some free items out. And I always think those type of reviews are not going to be as honest as they should be, because people are going to think, you know, they've given me this for nothing, I'm allowed to keep it afterwards and sell it or whatever I want to do with it. So perhaps I better give it a bit of a better sort of review. So I don't really think that the reviews done by people who are given a product for nothing are necessarily the best reviews. The best reviews come from people that have had to buy these things themselves and pay for them out of their own pocket. Then if there are issues, they're going to say so. Okay, you know, maybe some people don't agree with that. I've never been given a free product ever to review. I've always had to buy everything that I show on this channel. Everything has had to be bought. To be honest, I mean, if they sent me something to review, I would feel sort of obliged really to say, oh, it's lovely, it's wonderful, you know, I'd really recommend it, and they were really nice to send it to me free of charge. And you think, well, how can I really give a bad review for something that they've sent me for nothing? I don't know, I just don't really agree with doing that. But nevertheless, this one I'm going to put in the right underneath, that I did have to buy this myself so that people aren't confused with the ones where they're given away. But I think originally when this came out, people were given these for nothing. I don't know whether it was by VAX or whether it was by AO, but I think it was by VAX. They give them to people pre-launch to test them out and then put a review on their website or on a video review. I think Alex's mother got special priority because she was a prior VAX customer and she got hers, but she had to pay. It was like £120. So there's the cleaner then, and let's see, the wand, what are we doing for time? I've got 13 minutes left. Because as I know, I do like to, I very much like John Smith. John Smith's an American reviewer, and he does like to talk about vacuum cleaners a lot when he's doing his unboxings and that. And I like to talk about them too. You know, there's a lot of enjoyment from unboxing a vacuum cleaner, and it does get very addictive. So I do feel for Roger. You know, he's got a channel there, and he's always got to try and find new content, so he's got to keep buying all these new cleaners. But I tend to get ones that I'm going to actually like, that I think is a bargain at the time. And I thought for £100, I've got to give this one a try. Even if it does fall apart after a year, it's nothing really gained, nothing lost, is it? So, that's the cleaner, and we'll now see what's in this box of goodies here. So let's open it up. And, oh! Well, how about that? Well, that's not listed on the side of the box, and it wasn't listed on the Amazon website either for these, is that this is giving you a mattress tool, and that's not in the listing. So this is apparently, it's like a mattress tool, and you can use it for stairs. Basically, that's this tool here, and that actually isn't on the listing, so that's a bonus tool. Looks quite a nice one as well. I suppose people maybe complain that they haven't got one of these for doing the stairs with, I don't know. But I wouldn't be using this to do the stairs anyway, because I use the Dyson, the handheld, the V6 for doing the stairs. All I want this for basically is to use for the quick whip rounds in here. It's nothing for deep cleaning, it's just to get the cat hairs up and any sort of daily dirt. And then I will sort of use the Dyson as well, but I want to sort of use the V6 Absolute a little bit less, because I've been using it pretty much every day. And I don't want all the carbon fibre filaments on the brush roll head to start wearing out, because when I was in Curry's tonight, I looked at their V6 Total Clean, the display model, and I turned it upside and looked at the floor head, and there was no carbon fibre bristles left on it. They'd completely worn away. So it's a real issue about these carbon fibre filaments. And I spoke to the woman, I said to her, it's not really a very good sort of advertisement for Dyson when they've got display models this battered on there. And she said, well, I agree with you. You know, people look at that and then they think, well, I'm going to buy one of these and all the floor head's going to wear out, and all the wheels on it were all battered and all like wobbling about. Didn't look good at all. So I want to use my V6 a little bit less, the Absolute one. So there we go, and I want to eventually get a V8 when I can. But there we go, that's the mattress tool. This is this up top tool, which I think is rather nice. It's a pretty good tool for VAX as they go, because I've never had another VAX which has had one of these in. And it's got a very, very soft dusting brush on the top of here, so I think that's going to be quite useful, that one. Being I think it's a 32mm, this might fit on other machines that I've got that are 32mm. No, the Dyson, it wouldn't fit on that because that's got its own style of tools, but that's the up top tool. And then we get the standard VAX combination tool, which I've had supplied on just about every other VAX that I've bought in the past upright. And this one's basically, I'll get the camera down very shortly and have a closer look at these, but it's basically just a crevice tool with a little dusting brush on the end. So that's that one. Here we've got the charger, which is the fast charger. It's got the little indicator light on the front, which can either be red or blue, depending on the status of the battery. This is model number BH03200UK. and the output's 22 volts at 2 amps. 2 amps, that's quite some current, that is, you know. 2 amps is the equivalent of about 500 watts in the United Kingdom. At 240 volts, 2 amps is equivalent to about 500 watts. So that is one hefty charger. Apparently it's supposed to charge the batteries in about 1.5 to 2 hours. But it's pretty rapid. It's faster than the Dyson for charging these. Right, so yes, as we expected, there are 2 large full-size batteries here, lithium life batteries. And they're very heavy as well. See, these on the Dyson website, sorry, on the Vax website they're something like £80 to buy these battery packs are. So there's £160 straight away in those 2 batteries. I only paid £100 for the cleaner. So, you know, it's not a bad deal at all, was it? For an old model now, I suppose. And then in there you've got your instruction book there, which I've already looked at online anyway, so I know exactly how this thing works. So there we go, that's the general unboxing done. Now what we can do is just get the camera down for close-ups of it. So there we go. So here we have the Vax Air Cordless Lift, and it's the Air Cordless Lift Duo now it's called, because they do another one of these, or they did another one which only came with 1 battery that was a cheaper price. So you've got your floor head here, which is the wind tunnel, 3 channels of suction, steerable technology. Your battery pack fits in here, so we're just going to have a quick look at the battery here. This is a lithium life. It's a 20 volt max, 72 watt hour lithium ion. I'd imagine it's made in China. Yeah, made in PRC, which all of these made. It's made in China. So, what we're going to have now is we're just going to, there's the cat running past again. I'm just testing the battery life on those, and we've got 2 bars on there, which is, when this camera decides it wants to focus, there we go. So the battery packs, I'd imagine this one's probably the same as it. It's got 2 bars of life on. Yeah, it has. So I'm going to stick one into the machine here, and I'd imagine you engage the bottom and then click the top in, like so. So there we go. Let's have a look at the bin. We just drop that out like so, and again, this is just the unboxing really. I should do a fuller review of this when the batteries are charged up, so that'll probably come tomorrow sometime, because I've got to charge the batteries up overnight. This is just a quick look at the moment. So this is the filter mechanism here, and you've got the filter in there, and then when you look inside it's like a dual cyclone design of bin. So it's not multi-cyclonic, and I didn't expect it to be. I think this is supposed to pull out, but I can't do it with one hand. I believe it's supposed to pull out. Let's just put this camera down on here. How does it? Oh yes, it is. Yes. So inside there we can see the bottom of the separator cone there, and then looking down there, yeah, it looks like a dual cyclone. So why do we have to wash the filter every few uses then? I mean, it must be a very ineffective cyclone system in this. Very. So that fits back in there like so, and then we put our washable filter back on the top. And why won't that go back down now? Oh, I don't know. And then it fits back on the machine. Let's just make sure that it comes on. It's got a boost function as well. Brush roll on or off button there. Turn it off for hard floors. Just have a check of the suction. And in boost mode. Well, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. That's pretty good, that suction. But I would imagine that that will deteriorate as it gets used, as the filter gets dirty. What I'm going to do as well, I'm just going to plug the charger in. I want to make sure that works. So I just move this box out of the way, and then I can get one of the batteries then on charge. And I want to see from the watt meter, which is down here, just how much current this thing draws when it's charging. So I'll plug this in, and I'll get a battery. We'll get this one here, and I will put it in the charger. There we go, so that's now charging. And there's the watt meter, so that's using, well, it's not using 2 amps, is it? That's using 57 watts. So I'd imagine if that was on charge for 3 hours at 57 watts, that's not going to use very much power at all. So the cost of charging one of these batteries is pretty negligible, to be honest. We can just adjust this thing here to see what the current is in amps. 243 volts. It's using 0.25 amps, so it's using a quarter of an amp. That's not bad. That's not bad. Whether that changes over the course of the charging cycle, I'll keep my eye on this watt meter. So that's 57 watts. What I'm going to do, I'm going to stick this other battery in that's on the side here, just to see if this one works in it, and then I'm going to push it around the living room a bit. So bear with me a sec while I change the batteries over. Yeah, so it works with the small battery in as well. That's pretty good. So that means I've got 3 batteries for this now. Excellent. So let's see how it pushes round on the floor. Put a little tool on its storage bracket. That's really good. Yeah, I'm quite impressed with that actually. It's rather noisy, but it's got fairly good suction on there for a cordless machine, and the hose suction's pretty good. It hasn't picked very much off there because this carpet was only cleaned yesterday. Those of you that watch my videos will know that's my 30-second alarm before it cuts me off the camera. So what I'm going to do, I shall get the batteries fully charged up, then I shall be back again, probably tomorrow, with the demo video for this machine. So there we go, that's the Vaxair cordless unboxing out of the way, and we'll see you again on the next video when I demo the machine. So it's bye for now.